this is Dennis, and welcome to Mr. Copper's Kitchen, where we cook with copper pots and pans. Okay, we've browned our ground beef, drained it, added onion, bell pepper, and tomato sauce for spaghetti. Then we're going to add 2 packs of spaghetti seasoning. We've got our water boiling for our lasagna noodles. We're fixing to put them in to let them cook while this simmers. We're going to add our lasagna noodles to our boiling water. Let them cook. Take about 10 minutes for them to cook up. I'm using the Dutch oven for them. It should cook up. We don't need but about 6 or 8 noodles. Alright, we're going to add just the spaghetti sauce mix straight from the package. We don't mix it with anything. And then just stir it in good. Let this simmer. And that will be our meat sauce. Now my meat sauce is a little bit runny in my lasagna, but that's the way that we all like it. So the longer you let this simmer, the more it's going to thicken up. So if you want it real thick, just simmer it till it gets good and thick. Okay, now we're going to mix up our cheese for our cheese layers. We've got cottage cheese, and then we've got ricotta cheese. And I usually let the ricotta set out a little bit so it'll be easier to manipulate. And we got 2 eggs. One egg. 2 eggs. And we're going to mix this up good. I've got another container of ricotta if I think we need it. Okay, now we're ready to layer our lasagna. I'm using the baking dish by Gotham. Now, you can do this any way you want to. I've let this cool, but it is still hot. So I'm just going to layer the lasagna in the bottom of the pan. If you'll notice, I have not greased it. I have not sprayed it. But it is still hot. We'll put 3 lasagnas in the bottom of the pan. This took about 30 to 40 minutes to prepare. It'll cook on 350 for anywhere from 50 minutes to an hour, so it does take a little while to do. Okay, now we're going to layer our meat. I'm going to try and drain it as much as I can. I started with about 3 pounds of beef, a small onion, about half a bell pepper, a little salt, and the sauce and the spaghetti mix. Okay, we put our lasagna in and our meat sauce. Now we're getting ready to put in the cheese that I mixed up, the ricotta, the cottage, and the eggs. Just put that in. Okay, we've added our cheese in. Now we're going to put our shredded cheese. I have Italian cheese blend, which is several different types of cheeses. It's just called Italian cheese. I'll sprinkle it generously. And then I have pizza blend, pizza 4 cheese. Most of this is mozzarella, Parmesan, and I think there's some Colby in there. Then I just got cheddar cheese. Mild, I use mild cheddar cheese, whatever you want for taste. Then we're going to add our lasagna. 3 more layers. And then we'll put the rest of our meat sauce in and put another layer of the cheese on. And drain my meat sauce as best I can. We will bake this at 375 for 55 minutes to an hour. You can cover it with aluminum foil or you can leave it uncovered. If I have aluminum foil, I usually cover it. With our cheese mixture, and we'll just dump it in there. Then smooth it out once we get it dumped in. Now I do have this recipe written down. We are going to have a small cookbook one day, and this recipe will be in that cookbook. We're ready now for our final layer of cheese. I do have a friend that is Italian. Her mother and father came from Italy. She puts cream cheese in her lasagna. I do not put it in mine, but if you like cream cheese, it gives it a unique taste. And we get our cheddar cheese on, and we are good to hit the oven. We will be back in about an hour. Wash up our meat sauce pot, just using a sponge and more or less just wiping it out. Now if something should happen to be gooey, which I have had a few gooey things, you just run a little water in it and let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes. Come out as clean as that. Okay, we're going to wash up this lasagna pan. Has baked cheese and baked lasagna. With Simple swap. It is. Now, if you'll remember when we made this lasagna, we did not spray the pan, we did not grease the pan. There we are. Clean as a whistle. In about 2 minutes, if that long.